1912, Victor Grignard received the Nobel Peace Prize in Chemistry for his work with the Grignard Reagent. The Grignard Reagent is extremely special for its ability to add an alkyl group to an existing aldehyde or ketone, or even a bond. Triple bond. These Grignard reagents contain a very polar carbon-metal bond, which make them very reactive. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. For the rest of this lesson, I'll explain to you how it works.
The general formula for these reactions is: some things you need to know for this reaction are: if you are trying to make a primary alcohol, you must use formaldehyde as follows. A secondary alcohol is made by using an aldehyde as your starting material. Lastly, a tertiary alcohol is formed by using a ketone as the starting material.
Now for the fun stuff! What is happening? How does it work? Yippee!
Does someone want to show me how this works?
I will. Alright, first off, how do you make a Grignard reagent? We are going to start with an alkyl bromide. Here it happens to be a CH3 bonded to a Br. We're going to add some solid magnesium, and our solvent will be the big THF and some ethyl oxide. And then we are going to form the Grignard reagent, the CH3 bonded to the MgBr. And the reaction we are going to do will involve an aldehyde combined with CH3 MgBr, forming a secondary alcohol. So how does this mechanism work? First off, the CH3, because it is partially negative, is going to attack the double bond between the C and the O, because the C carbon is partially positive due to the oxygen's partial negative. This is going to break the double bond, giving oxygen a negative charge, and the CH3 will be added. Then, because oxygen wants an H, we're going to add water. It's going to attack the H and form an OH. And that is how we form our secondary alcohol.
So what is happening?
In this first part, the CH3 is acting like a nucleophile. It is going to attack the carbonyl carbon. Once this occurs, the pi bond is going to cleave, which makes the O-, or also known as an alkoxide. The next step is protonation of this O- by the lovely water, which forms our alcohol.
Hi, my name is Abby Lehman, and here is the Grignard reagent in layman's terms. So, the CH3 of the Grignard reagent is kind of lonely. It sees this carbon and sees that it has lots of friends, so obviously he wants to get a piece of the friendship. He decides he's going to do whatever it takes to become friends with this carbon. Now, we all know what it's like to have a clingy friend. Before long, everyone starts getting annoyed. This carbon's best friend happens to be the oxygen, hence the two bonds. It gets really fed up with this new intruder, so it decides to separate for a little bit and loses one of its bonds. Well, this is where the story gets sad. This oxygen is really lonely out there by himself and starts to get a negative attitude. Then, he spots a water molecule. He bribes the hydrogen to come over and play, and they form a friendship. Now, everyone's happy.
Yay!
Well, that sure was something! Thank you, Abi-Mansour, and of course, Victor Grignard. Now, let's connect Grignard reagents to bigger concepts.
Okay, so what makes a Grignard reagent so great is their ability to work as bases and nucleophiles. The metals in this reagent are less electronegative than the carbon. This causes the carbon to bear a partial negative charge. Now, if you use this reaction as a base and react it with water, this electron pair is used to form the new bond to a proton of the water molecule. This reaction will favor the products because H2O is going to be a stronger acid than the alkane that is produced. Thus, the reaction of a Grignard reagent with an acid will not produce the product you desire because you are now using the Grignard as a base instead of a nucleophile.
So there you have it, the Grignard reagent in a, as they put it, nutshell. I hope you enjoyed this. And now a little bit from our choir.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Why don't you build me up? Grignard reagent just to let me attack and make an OH, and best of all, I become longer without settling. It's so much fun. I need you.
I need you.
For synthesis, baby, you're helping and doing your part. So help us out. With Grignard, we look really smart.
Okay, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap, please.
And that's a wrap.
Is that when the credits come down?
Yeah, that's when the credits come down.